Hey, and welcome to another episode of Formula Random. This is going to be a really fun one. Got a Bill and Ted match, and we've got two really great competitors. This is going to be the second to last match that we use the timed format in, so it's definitely going to be really interesting. But we'll meet our competitors. First off, we've got Ethan. Ethan, how are you feeling about this match?
I'm feeling good. I was really excited to play this one. I grew up watching the movies. They've always been two of my favorite movies of all time. I think Bogus Journey is personally my favorite, but I get why they're both great. I know Brian is a huge fan. Obviously, it's gonna be a tough match, but I'm excited. It's gonna be fun.
And the person who wanted this match, he's one half of the Wild Stallions, so I don't know why he would have wanted it personally. It's Brian Michaels. Brian, how's it going?
It's going pretty good. I've been into Bill and Ted since they first came out. I was the perfect age when they came out. You guys were all still babies, and I was like 16 years old. And no, I loved them. I mean, and I have I almost decorated the whole back here with posters and DVDs, and I even have an old license plate from the 90s. There you go, Bill Ted one. So I'm clearly a fan of the movies. I just love them, and so I was looking forward to doing this match.
So that out of the way, how this works. It's a 25-minute main round and a 3-minute speed round. It's going to be interesting to see if we actually get there because I tried getting a lot of questions, but I didn't want to make some of them too difficult. So, but we'll see what happens. And then after that, we have a bit of, I don't know where else is going for that. I'm going to hit them. There'll be a short break after 15 minutes, and the competitors have 3 repeats and 1 challenge if they so need them. And I'm going to hit you with the first question, which is just a simple release dates question. What year did Bill and Ted's Bogus Adventure release?
There's Excellent Adventure and Bogus Journey. Which one do you want?
Yeah.
Bogus Journey.
Bogus Journey, okay.
You have to put the two release dates together.
Do I add them or?
Yeah.
I didn't realize I did that when I wrote the question. And both competitors have their boards up. Start with Brian.
1991, specifically July 19th.
Correct. And Ethan.
I only had the year, but I did have 91.
And the next question. In Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, when they use the time booth for fiancés at the end of the movie, how many months of intense guitar training passed for them?
There's a lot of writing there. It's just a number, right?
Ethan.
16 with a 2-week medieval honeymoon.
And Brian.
Yep, 16.
And the next question is, what year in the future does Rufus travel from?
You're talking about Excellent Adventure, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Brian?
2688.
That is correct. And Ethan?
2688.
The next question is, who plays Death in Bogus Journey?
Yeah, non-number question.
I imagine we'll have a lot of those.
And Brian?
William Sadler.
And Ethan?
William Sadler.
And the next question is, what is the name of the chain of convenience stores that Bill and Ted are working on the report outside of? And Ethan.
Circle K.
And Brian.
Strange things are afoot at the Circle K.
And the next question is, who composed the music for both Bill and Ted movies? And Brian.
Not Randy, not Thomas, but David Newman.
And Ethan.
David Newman.
And both players are still perfect. And the next question is, who is the first historical figure that Bill and Ted meet? And Ethan.
Napoleon Bonaparte.
And Brian.
Napoleon Bonaparte.
Not to be confused with Napoleon Dynamite. When Bill and Ted are philosophizing with Socrates, they reference which famous song? And Brian.
All we are is dust in the wind, dude.
And Ethan.
Dust in the wind, dude.
And next question is, name 3 of the 4 games that Bill and Ted play against death in Bogus Journey. And Brian.
Battleship, Clue, Twister, and just as a bonus, Electric Football.
That is correct. And Ethan.
Battleship, Clue, Twister, and I put Super Bowl football because I think it said Super Bowl on it, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would have said...
You only needed 3 anyway. So.
Yeah, I would have accepted a rugby game anyway for that one. That's precisely why I put 3 out of the 4. I didn't know if it had a specific name or something. So,
Okay.
But the next question is, what was the name of the sporting goods store that Genghis Khan trashed in Excellent Adventure? And Ethan.
Oshman Sporting Goods.
That is correct. And Brian.
Oshman Sporting Goods.
The next question is, who plays Ted's father? And Brian.
Hal Landon Jr.
That's correct. And Ethan.
I had Harry Landon Jr.
And all it takes is that one miss. But
Yep.
the next question is, what is the name of the organizer of the Battle of the Bands that's played by Pam Grier? And Ethan.
Miss Wardrobe.
That is correct. And Brian.
Miss Wardrobe.
And next question is, in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, how is the antenna broken? And Brian.
I don't know what you want to call it. It's a knight's flail / mace / morning star.
I mean, I had Knight's Mace, so that's correct. And Ethan.
I put a knight swings a mace at it.
Yeah.
And the next question is, what was the answer to this question? If you guys are really us, what number are we thinking of? And Ethan.
69, dudes.
And Brian.
69, dudes.
And the next question is, in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, when Bill and Ted are dead, Bill says to Ted that when he dies, he can have what? And Ethan.
His Megadeth collection.
That is correct. And Brian.
Megadeth collection.
And the next question is, fill in the blanks of this quote. You may be a king or a blank, but sooner or later you dance with the Reaper. And it's 3 words. And Brian.
I am blanking on this. I put poor little pauper. I'm not sure. That's not sure.
That's incorrect. And Ethan.
A little street sweeper.
That is correct.
That was it.
And we're at a tie game again. Next question is, what was the name of the teacher who assigned the history report to the class? Ethan.
Mr. Ryan.
That is correct. And Brian.
Mr. Ryan.
That is correct. And the next question is, when Bill and Ted introduced the historical figures to Bill's new mum, who was the only one introduced by their real first and last name? And Ethan.
And Abraham Lincoln.
And Brian.
Abraham Lincoln.
And the next question is, how many pairs of Bill and Ted's are there in Bogus Journey?
I've had a question on this one, but okay.
Brian.
Okay, you got regular Bill and Ted, evil robot Bill and Ted, good robot Bill and Ted, and then young Bill and Ted, making 4.
And Ethan.
I have 5.
5 is correct.
Because they also have the...
The 2 babies at the end that are also called Bill and Ted.
Oh, tricky. Okay.
But the next question is, what city of California do Bill and Ted live?
Those babies are going to cost me this damn match.
This could go either way, man.
Yeah. Ethan.
San Dimas.
That is correct. And Brian.
San Dimas High School football rules.
And the next question is, when Sigmund Freud talks to the girl at the mall, what does he tell her that she can call him? And Brian.
Siggy?
That is correct. And Ethan.
Siggy.
And in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, Rufus tells his students to make sure that all those wearing what when doing their homework.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that for me?
Yeah, I can. In Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, Rufus tells his students to make sure that they're always doing what when they're doing their homework. And Brian.
Wearing headphones?
That is correct. And Ethan.
Headphones.
And the next question is, what is the name of the ice cream sundae that Napoleon eats? And Ethan.
The Ziggy Pig.
That is correct. And Brian.
Siggy Pig.
That is also correct. The next question is, what member of the band of the Go-Go's played Joan of Arc? Someone I didn't know was a member of the band until I actually looked it up. Brian.
Jane Weedland.
That is correct. And Ethan.
Jane Weedland.
Next question is, Joss Ackland plays who in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey? And Ethan.
I wasn't sure. I put Chuck Denomalous.
That's correct.
Oh.
And Brian.
It's Namalos to Namalos, aka Chuck. Which is actually one of the writers' names backwards, Ed Solomon.
Ed Solomon,
and with that, we go into our short break. And to recap what the scores are, we've got Ethan in the lead with 29 points, and Brian is just 1 point behind on 28. So it's still pretty close. It's still anyone's game. So,
I have myself at 23.
It's 24-23, yeah.
24-23. Okay, that makes sense.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I added extra 5 onto my tally for some reason. Because looking at my tally, it definitely is 24-23.
24-23. Okay, got it.
But anyway, we go back into. I mean, either way, it's all 1 point games. So.
Right. Totally.
Anyway, we go into question number 26, which is, what were the names of the two princesses? And Brian.
Elizabeth and Joanna.
That is correct. And Ethan.
Joanna and Elizabeth.
That is correct. And I believe in the third one of them is being played by Jayma Mays from Glee. So
that is true.
I can't remember who's playing the other one, but the expression is just a pretty softball because why not? Who played Bill and Ted?
You said both, right? Who played Bill and Ted?
Yeah.
The adult Bill and Ted, should I confirm?
Yeah.
the babies, actually, Brian.
Oh.
Brian, what do you have?
Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves.
That is correct. And Ethan,
Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves.
I did consider putting something tricky like who played different versions of Bill and Ted, but I thought nah.
I did work on those.
The next question is, when Rufus does a fourth wall break at the end of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, what does he say?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that one more time?
Yeah, when he does a what?
When Rufus does a fourth wall break at the end of Bill and
Gotcha.
Ted's Excellent Adventure, what does he say? And Ethan.
They do get better.
That is correct. And Brian.
They do get better.
The next question is, who plays Missy in the series?
Spelling doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, I'm not going to penalise spelling.
Okay. Not sure if I'm right.
And Brian.
Amy Stockpointon?
That is correct. And Ethan.
Amy Stockpointon.
That is correct. I believe now she's dropped the pointed part of it, but I would have accepted. I would have accepted that as well. So yeah. The next question is, what century do the two princesses that married Bill and Ted come from? And Ethan.
The 15th?
That is correct. And Brian.
15th century.
That is correct. And I thought I'd throw in one of these questions just for funsies. How many seasons did the Bill and Ted animated TV series run for?
Oh, you told us it wasn't going to be on here.
Oh, this is the only one.
I'm glad because I think this I might know this one. This might be the only.
I don't. I purposely didn't bother studying it because it wouldn't be on here.
I mean, I only threw one in because at this point I was struggling with getting questions.
I object.
And it was. But Ethan.
I think it's 2.
That is correct. And Brian, did you guess anything?
No, it's 1, and I object to it being on here. We were told it wouldn't be.
The next question is, when Bill and Ted left on the adventure, who did they leave Napoleon with? And Brian.
Ted's brother Deacon.
That is correct. And Ethan.
Ted's brother Deacon.
That is correct. And the next question is, what was Ted's answer to this question? Who was Joan of Arc? And Ethan.
Noah's wife.
That is correct. And Brian.
Noah's wife?
That is correct. The next question is, finish this quote said by Lincoln. Be excellent to each other and blank. 3 words. And Ethan.
Party on, dudes.
And Brian.
Party on, dudes.
And the next question is, Jeff tells Ted not to overlook his what in Bogus Journey.
I'm not gonna get it. You could just
and Brian.
Don't overlook my butt. I work out all the time.
That is correct. And Ethan.
Reaping burns calories. I forgot it. Ugh. Damn it. Sorry, are we losing points for wrong answers here, or just gaining?
No, just that question. Just for that one.
This is still the main round.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Brian.
The next question is, what letter section does Ted say I will start again. What letter section does Ted say that he knew that Death would put his ships in when they're playing Battleship? And Ethan.
So it's J, and to be cocky, I think it's J7 specifically was the last one they called.
I mean, J's the answer I was looking for, but yes, Brian.
Yep. And totally knew to put in the J's.
And the next question is, what is the current title of the upcoming third installment? Just because whether or not it stays that title is yet to be decided.
I'm conflicted on the title, but
yeah.
Just for box office, they'll title it John Wick 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Ethan.
Bill and Ted Face the Music.
That is correct. And Brian.
Bill and Ted Face the Music.
And the next question is, what is the time machine disguised as? And Brian.
It's a DeLorean. No, just kidding. A phone booth.
And Ethan.
Phone booth.
That is correct. Not to be confused with police box. That's TARDIS.
I almost said TARDIS as a joke, but
the next question is, where do Bill and Ted stop to make repairs to the time machine? And Brian.
I thought you said where, which would be San Dimas, but it's 1 million BC San Dimas.
Yeah, and Ethan.
San Dimas 1 million BC.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's correct. I just put prehistoric times, but that's still correct either way. So,
okay.
But the last question, is, how many push-ups does Colonel Oates tell Bill and Ted to give him? And Brian.
Get down and give me infinity.
And Ethan.
I don't know if I could do infinity push-ups.
And which does mean, and your winner by 1 point, Ethan.
Babies.
Ethan,
how do you feel about your win today?
I feel really good. It validates my love of these movies. These have been like two of my favorite movies my whole life, and I've been waiting for years for this third one to come out, and super pumped it's finally coming out. It gave me an excuse to watch these new ones, the old ones again. It was a super fun match, one of my favorites. And Brian obviously knows this stuff. I think I got lucky that the babies thing was the 1 point, but I remember the babies were Bill and Ted, so that was like the one that got it. But it was a good match.
And Brian, you got nothing to be ashamed about because it was very close. But how do you feel about the match?
Ethan's did an impressive job. He did great. This is my first out of 4 randoms that I've lost, and to lose on Bill and Ted though, it's a little more painful because I do love them. But I was so stuck on trying to figure out if you were considering the young Bill and Ted pair that I didn't even move on to think about the babies. So that cost me that point. And then the street sweeper question, I just blanked on that one. I know that too, so I don't know why. But yeah, I mean, it was a fun match. I love answering trivia, especially about movies I love, and I'm very impressed by Ethan. So,
thank you. Likewise.
But
This has got to
yeah,
be one of the highest combined scores.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure you both probably have gotten into the top 10.
Wow.
But Ethan, is there anything else that you want to throw out as a challenge for a random match in the future?
Well, as you know, Malcolm, I have my Farscape challenge out there, which no one has answered the call for yet. I think for now that's all I'm waiting on. I'll try to think of something else in the meantime, though.
Yeah. And Brian, is there anything else you want to throw out a challenge for? I don't know.
Nothing new at the moment. I've got an Indiana Jones one out there that me and I think it's Jeremy and somebody else are going to do at some point.
Yeah.
But nothing new at the moment. Still just going to wait on that one.
Actually, you know what, Malcolm? I do have one. Can I throw out a Resident Evil random?
Oh God! You really want to get your use out of that, don't you?
I need to, Brian. I watched 6 of those movies.
I mean,
He didn't like the movies, but he had to watch them for a match, and now he wants to. So it wasn't for nothing.
I mean, there's probably somebody out there who will take you up on that challenge. So.
Jake will do it.
I'm talking specifically the movies, by the way. I don't know the video games or anything.
Oh yeah.
I want to see Ethan Jake do it.
But that brings us to an end of another episode. Next week will be the final match for the timed format. Before I go into just the usual standard 40 questions with a short speed round. But and next week will be the Harry Potter 3 match, which will determine who's facing me and James at the Snowball. So it's going to be a lot of fun and very interesting. And yeah, we'll find out where we can find everyone. Even we can find everyone on the interwebs.
I am on Facebook. I am on Instagram, Beller3, and Letterboxd, I think, also at Beller3. And then I play a lot in this league, and then also Multiplex. I've been having some matches.
And Brian, where can people find you on the interwebs?
I'm on Facebook under my name, Brian Michaels. If you use Letterboxd, I'm under Cinemaphile. Of course, you'll find me all over Multiplex Movie Warzone, where I'm running things. I'm also in the tournament going right now. I play in Full Metal as well. My title match against Team 80s, the Wild Stallion, should be coming out anytime in the next week or so. So make sure you check that out. And that's about it.
And you can find me on Tape Free Productions hosting Rankum every Sunday night. And next week's topic is going to be the top 12 Quentin Tarantino characters. So that's going to be a lot of interesting thing there. You can also find me hosting Formula Random every Tuesday. And you can also find me competing all over the place, as well as on Twitter, Letterboxd, Stardust at Melkor. I'm trying so hard to keep my plugs as shorter than Nico. And until next week, keep being random.